Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I'm filming on my phone this morning. Um, just some thoughts going through my head, and I just kind of wanted to share them with you guys. So yesterday I went back to work. Rosalie is about 10 weeks old, so I took 10 weeks off for maternity leave. And here in the United States, you don't get paid for maternity leave. You might get if you work a 40-hour-a-week job, you might get like 1 or 2 days paid through FMLA, but I did not work a 40-hour work week before I got pregnant, so I did not qualify for any of that. So I took 10 weeks unpaid maternity leave. And 10 weeks was great. I appreciate that I'm able to do that and that I still was able to return to my job, but you can hear her in the background. But I guess I am not one of those people, like, I was not excited to go back to work. I'm not one of those people who was like, yes, I can't wait to go back. I need a break from my kids, or I just need adult time, or whatever. Which is what everyone is telling me. They're like, oh, you'll be so grateful. You'll be so grateful you get to go back and you just have your own time and you don't have to be mommy and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, no, I don't actually care about that at all. I love being home. My goal in life would be to be a stay-at-home mom. That's what I want to do. Um, it's just not possible for me right now, I guess. My husband and I agree with him right now that we really do need my income. Um, and I am lucky enough that my work is only part-time. But it's still leaving her for those 3 hours when you're pretty exclusively breastfeeding. It gets to be very difficult. She will take a bottle, but not always. Sometimes, like yesterday, she took 2 ounces instead of like 4 or 5, is what she would normally eat breastfeeding. So she took like 2 ounces from the bottle, just enough to, ease the hunger pains, and then waited for me to get home. So then you feel like a terrible mother because you let your baby starve. I mean, she wasn't starving, but you know what I mean. Like you just feel like you're not doing what you need to do for your baby and for your family. So I don't know. For those of you who don't know, I work at an elementary school. So I leave my 10-week-old daughter, with friends and family for 3 hours a night to go watch other people's children. Right. Yeah. That doesn't seem fair to me either. And quite frankly, if I had not told the children there that I would be back, or if we didn't need that income this year, I basically returned to work solely for the fact that we needed to pay the hospital bills from having Rosalie. We stayed 24 hours. So we had her at, we were there at 6:30 in the evening, is when we checked in at the hospital, and we stayed until 9 o'clock the next night. So 6:30 Monday night, and we stayed till 9 o'clock Tuesday night, and then went home. So literally 24 hours. That was it. That's all the time we were there. And our insurance paid a decent portion of it, but we still have like $4,500 that needs to come out of our pocket. So I am returning to work to pay that. If we didn't have that, we could certainly live off my husband's income. He makes very decent money for this area, and we could live quite comfortably and happily, but it's that nearly immediate extra debt that definitely needed I needed to pay. So that's kind of why I had to return to work, but it is not something that I wanted to do. I knew from the time I got pregnant that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was kind of my goal in life, and this going back to work 3 hours a day thing is how I justified the the need for to go to work, back to work. Like that's how I keep telling myself. I'm like, it's only 3 hours a day. It's only 3 hours a day, and that's what everybody else tells me too. Like everybody finds out that, oh, like it's only 3 hours a day. It's only 3 hours. It's only 3 hours. But it's 3 hours. 3 hours when you're exclusively breastfeeding. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. 3 hours is more than what I wanted to go back to work for. But I guess that's just what we have to do, right? Sometimes we have to sacrifice what we want to do what we have to do. It's not fun. It's not something we wanted, but it is what we have to do. And we'll see, maybe I won't have to return to work next year for the 2017-2018 school year, but which is what my hope to be. It's actually one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel here, was so that I could get out there and maybe find a way of making enough money to not have to work outside the home. I mean, I've done other things too, like I've done direct sales and that sort of thing, but I don't know. It basically comes down to what I want to do versus what I have to do for my family right now. So either I can stay at home and live under crippling debt, or I can leave my baby and go back to work. But it's only for 3 hours a day. That's what I keep telling myself. And when you count down, it's only 3 hours a day. And then you count down to only 3 weeks, and then you get a week off for Thanksgiving. And then you count down to only 3 weeks after that, and you get a week and a half off for Christmas. And then you can't count down anymore, because after Christmas, we don't get a break until Easter. Easter. That's weeks and weeks of having to go to work every day. I guess I'm just feeling very emotional and I'm not even sure. I know what I want, and I'm just not sure how to get there, but I thought I would share this. You can hear her in the background. I thought I would share this with you guys and see if maybe some of you are feeling the same things, or if you've been through something similar and you've had to go back to work and you really didn't want to, or maybe you're lucky enough you are a stay-at-home mom, and maybe you did want to go back to work, because I've heard of that happening too. It's one of those things where I wish people were able to do what they wanted and were still able to get what they need. But this video is like over 9 minutes already, so I will see you in my next video, and remember to live life beautifully.